is my entire university experience in just 7 minutes. This is me at the age of 5, graduating kindergarten. Yeah, that's right, that was actually a real thing. School was a big part in my life, navigating from primary school, secondary school to sixth form, until I made one important decision that would later change my whole life. And that was to go to university. From my whole family, I was the first person to embark on this adventure. Now naturally I was nervous but also curious, and on September 2017, I began my first year. Everyone always told me that university would be some of the best years of my life. Being in first year and experiencing so many new things all at once was a lot to take in, but I took every day as it came. I met a lot of people, made a good group of friends, decided to learn a new sport so I chose lacrosse, made some good choices, and some not so good. I was starting to feel really good about university. All the students were in one area, so it was really easy to meet up with your friends.
Yo, what are you saying? We're coming now, we've been busy again. Way!
Hi Dil.
And overall, first year was just such a vibe. But then came second year. Now this year was a complete 180. All the students had to choose their own accommodation, so I moved into a house with 2 other friends, and most of our other friends would move into whichever houses they could find, which meant we weren't as close or easy to visit anymore. Things became slightly harder. Uni work started to get more hectic. There was a lot of late night studying in the library and also not so much studying. I'd also been called up into the first team of lacrosse. Training with the senior team was really fun and a learning experience, but I was still missing first year a lot. At the time I remember thinking back how fun last year was, and ultimately this comparison between these 2 years was consistently going on in my head. It wasn't until the last term of my second year where I realized clinging on to the past was preventing me from making new memories in the present. From that moment on, I started doing fun things, connecting with new people, and even met one of my closest friends to this day. That final term of second year was one I will never forget, and that momentum carried on to my third. I had not experienced a year like this before. I had moved into a house with my 5 friends from first year, got locked out on the
first night. We were genuinely locked out.
Scored some goals, had some crazy nights, and overall this year was an epic adventure. I was a senior in lacrosse and had been nominated to be the treasurer of the committee. I was working hard but also having fun, and for the first time in my life I felt like I knew what I was doing, until
every part of the United Kingdom is now in lockdown.
UK case rate per 100,000 people up 70% in 2 weeks.
Being back at uni during the peak of the pandemic wasn't great.
It's so weird to wear a mask, but yeah, this is how it's going to be this year, I guess.
About 90% of my friends had graduated, and only a handful, including myself, did 4 years. This last chapter was like no other. Most of our time was spent indoors during lockdown.
You gotta do what you can to really make the most of it.
I'd only go into campus for 2 days for a few hours each. The lacrosse season was cancelled. We weren't allowed to have gatherings. It was literally a completely different experience. Not all of it was bad though. We made it work. When we moved into our house, we found out that there were 11 stray cats living under a tree in our garden. We fed them, gave them water, and soon they became used to us. We would pretty much light a campfire from a bin every night, play music, and just vibe. I ended up spending a lot of time with my housemates, so I got even closer to my best friends. Eventually everything started to ease down, and on the last night of university, we invited literally everyone we knew from first year to final year for one last get together, and I wanted to know how their experience was.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you the secret technique to my bubble tea opening. That's up.
So my overall uni experience, I'd say, is one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It's life-changing.
It was a bit messy, I'm not gonna lie.
It was a balanced experience and I kind of experienced everything. You know, I'd say first year probably young, trying to find yourself.
I feel like it got better over the years. Like definitely had some amazing moments the first year.
The uni experience was great because I've made basically friends for life, I can see.
Second year's a bit more settled. That was just one of the best years of just us just chilling, doing what we wanted to do.
Amazing. It's been something I've been looking forward to since I was like literally 12 years old.
Quite amazing, you know. I met some good people, had a lot of fun, got a good degree. I think it was well worth it.
I was so happy and like constantly being around people that were just great people.
There's always highs and lows. Like nothing can ever be constantly at one level. There's always going to be something putting you down and something putting you up.
I would regret if I didn't go to uni. If I could like go back, I would always go to uni again, no matter how it was.
I can honestly say I have no regrets over the past 4 years, and like these past 4 years and uni has allowed me to finally become the person I've always wanted to become.
Third year, we all kind of got our closest friends that we knew we got on best with, and I just think we just made the most of that year and just planned out the whole thing. And
I enjoyed it overall. I think like I made lifelong friends in second year and third year, and that's all that matters.
You know, when I started university, people told me that it would be some of the best years of my life. Now, I didn't quite think of it at the time, but looking back at it now, they really weren't wrong. People now ask me what my favourite year actually is. And honestly, I struggled to answer that question for a long time. And only recently I realised that every year was so unique that they aren't even comparable. First year was ignorance and the start of a new chapter. Second year was adjustment to change. Third year was stability and momentum. And final year was a reminder that anything can happen amongst the chaos. When you're at school, you're exposed to the same people, the same environment, so you're playing one role. But at university, it's completely different. You're exposed to so many variables, and so the level of growth you go through is off the roof. But my time at university wouldn't have been top tier without the friends I made, late night library sessions, learning a new sport, all the restaurants we visited, the fun nights and the not so fun mornings. I am quite sad that I have to close this chapter of my life, but most importantly, I'm grateful that it happened.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceutical Chemistry.
Congratulations. Well done, man.